Within our regular expressions, we can implement ranges or character classes using the square brackets. So if we look at something like this, the square brackets denote the range. The hyphen included in it is then just saying through to. So we're looking at capital A through to capital Z, and we're also including lowercase a through to lowercase z. So this is in fact looking for any letter character, and we might decide that we need this at the start of the row or perhaps 2 digits in or something like this. Here we're looking at the same type of thing, but we're looking for numerical data, so we're looking for any digit. We could do it like this, but sometimes in irregular expressions we can use /d to represent a digit character. When we're looking at our declare -f and looking at ways that we can extract just the function names, we use then a character class or range similar to this. Well, we knew the function was going to beginning with a lowercase character, so A through to Z in lowercase, but also it could begin with an underscore. So here, if you like, we've got the 26 characters of the lowercase alphabet, and in addition we've got an underscore character. So this includes any lowercase letter or underscore. Here when we look at it, we're looking for 3, 4, or 9. So not so much 349, but looking for 3, 4, or 9. Of course, it would also match 349 because it includes 3, 4, and 9. But we have to be careful of the rest of the expression in case we needed something directly after that. So just be careful when we want to search for multiple numbers. We have to be very careful the way they're expressed. So let's take a look at this now on the command line of the Ubuntu machine to see how this is all going to fit together. So we're working back at the command line now, and we're going to run through and look at some of these ranges. So where we were looking at our declare function before, so if I use then declare and then -f, we get to see, if you like, everything about the functions, including the names as well as the definitions. But all of the function names are in lowercase or start with an underscore. So we can then send the output of this through to grep, and we can search with grep both a file and our standard input. And then we can say, well, at the beginning of the line, it must be then within this character class or range, whatever you like to call it, lowercase character or an underscore. Close out our quotes, and now when we look at it, sure enough, we're only showing the information where the line begins with the underscore or a lowercase character. So we can see very easily how those ranges can help with us. We can also go through and start looking at things where we were looking at before. So if I use grep now, we're going to look for rotate and then a space, and then within this we can have 4 or 6. So we're not looking for 46, we're looking at 4 or 6 being then at the end of the line. And then we can close this and then go through and take a look at etc/log rotate.d and all files within there. So we can see now that we've got rotate 4, rotate 6. If we go back up, we can say we want rotate, but we don't want it ending in 4. So using the uppercase 6 or caret symbol inside the range negates that character. So now when we look at it, we get rotate 7, rotate 2, rotate 6 and rotate 7, but we're not getting the rotate 4. So again, we can start implementing our grep searches to really then hone down. So we were saying that rotate 4 means that we're keeping a month's worth of data, so show me all configurations that are not keeping just that month's worth of data. And of course we can use these ranges so we don't have to implement a completely case-insensitive search, but there might be just one word that we don't mind the case of, or one character. So we can use then grep, and we can go through and search for capital S or lowercase s, and then server. And we can implement this search through to then our etc/ntp.conf.pack. So in this case then we would be looking for the word server or the word server with the uppercase S. In this case it's still just returning server spelled in lowercase. There's no occurrence of server in uppercase. But we get the idea of how we could implement this. So let's jump back into the slides and look at how we can implement some special characters so we can start looking at word boundaries, spaces, those sorts of things. In this way we can isolate individual words rather than seeing, as we're currently seeing on our match for the word server, we're getting the S for servers as well.